Good morning. Happy Sunday. How are we today? For those watching this back on YouTube or IGTV on Facebook, it is Sunday, the 11th of July. Forgive me for being a touch late. For those just joining in, I was late to bed this morning, and I realised what time it is this morning as well, so I think people are also running late because of the botanical restock, so that's okay. Morning, I am not too bad. I was up very, very late last night, so I was very, very running late getting up this morning, so that's why I'm running late. Today, paired with my beautiful new flower agate tower, I've got Earth Magic today. We're going to be working with the Earth Magic deck, and this one wanted to just catch the sun and show off a little. How are you? How are you today? How's your weekend going? For those that are dealing with school holidays, how's that? Oh yeah, it's not been too bad. Not been too bad. For those, as I said, just joining in, we have the Earth Magic deck today. A really beautiful one of my absolute favorites to work with. And yeah, this one was a bit of a, that's out of the sun. Just a bit of, sometimes you gotta do this for yourself. Get yourself something pretty. We like that, we like that. How are we all? How are we Facebookers? How are we Instagrammers? Let me know where you are today. I always love to see where people are watching from. So much very, very, very exciting stuff coming up. I want to thank anyone that came along to my Crystal Grids workshop yesterday morning. Lots of exciting ones. Hello, Kelly from Scotland. Lovely to see you. Up very late indeed. I guess it's Saturday night, so it's fine. Of course, my heart goes out to you over in Sydney. The struggle is very real. Do take care of yourself, please, and thank you. The energy for this new moon's actually been really good. Oh, you're welcome, Brenda. Thank you for coming along. Good morning, Cass. I like new moon energy. I generally respond well and enjoy it, but because it's Cancer new moon and there's been hints of Scorpio, to this new moon, it's been very important to feel. All of the feelings are happening, so it's very, very important. Morning from the Gong. How are we? Good to see you. You know me, I'm going to vamp for a little bit, get these cards well shuffled, because they're one of my favourites, so I use them a lot. So I need to just make sure they are shuffled. Yeah, see? Told you. For those of you that have done a reading with me, a personal private video reading, you will know this deck. I'm just going to leave them up front, just because I like to, for a couple of minutes. We love it. Night owl times. I'm always up late as well. In your garden, we love it. Beautiful, beautiful. Much nicer day this week than last week to be in the garden, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, hello, Daddy. I will say, hi? That's hilarious. I do go by Crystal Daddy. So you just need to squeeze the crystal in there as well, Alice. Which is on the end of your name as well, so I don't think that should be too hard. We love it. So we are literally now moving forward from the new moon. We are moving forward, rolling through Cancer season, heading forward over to Leo season next week, which is very exciting. I love Leo season. My husband is a Leo. But this Cancer energy, this new moon Cancer energy vibe, with a hint of Scorpio, is a really beautiful thing because it's telling us less about sort of having to start new projects, and it's more about sort of getting things underway of stuff that you already have started. It's less about new and more about like nurturing what is already there, but in maybe a new way. Oh, wow, this is early. Okay, bear with me. That was very early for one of the dodgy folk that come in and try and poach readings in my Facebook feed. Weirdos. All right, that's all good. Oh my goodness, see the cards? They're too excited. There's lots and lots of stuff to talk about today. If that ever happens, just excuse me a second on Instagram. If that ever happens on Facebook, just block, report those comments as they come up. They only happen in my Facebook feed. It's weird. I don't understand. Yeah, it is what it is. We just have to be on it. Alright, so today is Sunday, the 11th of July. This reading will roll us forward through till the 17th. So we are very heavily through the middle and the back end of Cancer season, through the new moon. Now we're building up into waxing energy. So this is the energy that builds up towards the full moon. The full moon is a time of completion. So we are in that phase of building up, heading forward in a hopefully a really good way. I just want to make sure everyone's still here. Everyone seems to have dropped off the comments, so I just want to check in and make sure everyone's still around. Hi there, how are you? I hope your weekend is going well so far. Oh, bless. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good. Excellent. Thank you. All right. So today is Sunday. It's Sunday, the 11th of July. We are rolling forward for a week until the 17th of July on Saturday. We are working with the beautiful Earth Magic deck, and I have some beautiful flower agate energy just involved. Let's put you there. Right in the middle of the picture, just for fun. We're going to pull, for those that have never seen this before, I'm going to pull one card for every day of the week. I'm going to pair those cards with crystals and different energies that we can work with, and then I will pull an 8th card. That 8th card is going to be the overview card. It's the overview for the whole week, the theme that we are working with. I hope you're ready. Feel free to take a couple of deep breaths and empty your mind. All of the messages are for the collective. This is for everyone watching and everyone out there. So always try and make it make sense to your own life and how it makes sense to what is happening with you at the moment, whether it be physically, emotionally, spiritually, with relationships, with work, or whatever. It may be all encompassing. It may actually make sense to a friend that needs some help. You put it in your pocket, you do with it as you will, and you can come and rewatch this on my IGTV, my YouTube, or my Facebook. So today, Sunday the 11th of July, our first card of the day. Good morning everyone, just joining in. You're just getting in before our first card, and our first card is the Wolf and Instinct. A really beautiful way to start the week, a really wonderful energy to work with new moon vibes, and also a really empowering feeling for Cancer, because Cancers are very instinctual, Cancers are very intuitive, Cancers are very self-motivated and self-driven. So this is a really great time to really follow your instinct and follow your intuition, follow where the scent is taking you, as it were. This is a really great time to both use. There are two analogies that I always see coming with the wolf, and they're really, really empowering. One is the lone wolf aspect, and sometimes we have to be alone, we have to feel alone, we have to feel like we are going out on a limb and unsure and really having to figure it out for ourselves, and that's kind of a point. The other aspect of the wolf, and this is for all females out there, all wolf packs are led by matriarchs. This is a really important thing to note. So the pack is always following a female. So this is a really important thing to all of you female identifying ladies out there. This is a really important time to know that you are the leader and can be the leader and can be the one that makes the decisions for everyone. Does this make sense? This is a really important time to be the decision maker, to be listening to your gut, listening to your intuition, not overthinking things too much, knowing that you have the knowledge and the wisdom here. The wolf is really confident in what it already knows. It's really confident in what it can do. It knows it's kind of top of the food chain, so it's very rarely going to be worried about itself, even if it is alone. So this is a really great time for self-empowering work. This is a really great time today to sort of reinforce where you're going, reinforce your own goals, reinforce what you need so that you can feel that strength, that intuition, that assurity, that steadfastness. Very appropriate with our flower agate energy, because flower agate is the stone that really nurtures new growth, springtime, all of that stuff. And because here in the Southern Hemisphere, we're moving slowly, moving forward as it's getting warmer. You up north have to be thinking about where you're going next. You know, summer is now going to start to taper off. Or at least the days are going to start to get shorter, even though summer's still for a couple of months. But it's about, you know, enjoying summer, but thinking about where you're going. We shouldn't ever get too far ahead of ourselves, but we should always sort of have one eye for the future and be thinking about that. But I feel like there is some really important choices that people have to make. I feel like there are some really important decisions that have to be made. I feel like there are some bold choices, moves, unexpected things. To the outside world, these things will feel unexpected. To those around us, maybe it seems unexpected, but within us, you know it's your truth. You know it's been brewing for a long time. You know it's definitely who you are. So it's much less about surprising people for surprise sake, or being unexpected or random, and it's more about just kind of bringing up what is latent and already there. Does this make sense? I want you to think about both crown and third eye stones that are good for your intuition, but also gut stones. So combining something like ametrine or amethyst and citrine together would be amazing. Like your Brandbergs, your Super Sevens would be incredible to work with. I would also work with something like lapis, because it's an incredible energy that brings that strength, that truth, that intuition, as well as the fortitude to sort of make things happen because of the pyrite within it. I want you to try and think about anything that helps you to feel like you're strongest. For me personally, I work with labradorite because that really helps me to feel myself. Unusually, this is really, really funny. I've gone on this loop of energy, and I'm very connected at the moment to this meteorite and this moldavite, and I'm wearing them kind of every day. And there's this, even though they connect to things sort of moving quickly, I feel very grounded and balanced wearing them. It's very, very interesting how we work when our own energy is doing what it's doing. Different crystals and different minerals will then work with us differently. So think about you personally, your journey, what your intuition means, what your journey is, where you're going, what you're trying to figure out. Don't feel like you need to know everything, but know that you'll be able to know everything along the way that you need to. Does that make sense? Sips. I'm excited. This feels, it's like when you get thrown in the deep end and then you realize that you're a really good swimmer. It's very that vibe. Super 7, Libyan, desert, glass, and clear quartz. Work it out, sis. That is an epic combination. We live for it. Libyan desert glass is an incredible energy to work with because it brings out the inspired leader. So I would highly recommend, if you have a bit of LBD, to get it out and work with it. I think, LDG, LBD, little black dress. Maybe get out your little black dress and feel fabulous. Whatever you need to do. Dear. I want you to really give yourself time and space today to feel connected to that intuition as well. Like, it's going to, sorry, it's a bit dark on Facebook. I just want to swap sides and see if that's going to light things up. Oh, a little bit. A little bit. Oh yeah, we's always layered, Laura. You know that. And I've got my Sapphire and her coming in. I explained this to my workshoppers yesterday. More is more. More is more. All right, so tomorrow is the 12th. Tomorrow is the 12th of July. Our card for the day, for Monday, is... Ooh, it's the Cave. Now, this is very good. This can mean so many things. This can mean a literal need to be hiding yourself and looking after yourself and sort of going into your sanctuary and into your cave. I think it's a really important time for self-preservation. Following on from the instinct card, following on from the wolf, and as I said, making some really important decisions for you and feeling like you can feel connected to that instinct so that you can. This is a really important time to find that solace, find that sanctuary, find that place of peace so that you can be clear and block out the noise. This feels like it's about blocking out the noise from opinions, from social media, from the news, from all the things that you're seeing. Like, it feels really important at the moment not to be... It feels like there's a huge amount of people that haven't yet figured things out, haven't yet understood sort of the big picture of things. But then I feel like there are people that are trying to figure out the big picture. What we need to do is sort of look inwards to go outwards. Figure out what your inner radar is saying, figure out what your guidance system is saying, and it means we need to sort of take care of ourselves to get in touch with that and feel connected to that and not lose that within ourselves. This is also not about checking out from the world, but more about needing to switch off a little bit, feeling a little bit overstimulated, feeling a little bit like... Oh, to be honest, there's a bit too much going on. There's a bit too much craziness anyway, and I need to sort of do as much as I can to stay indoors. So if you can, if you're not working, if you are at home, look after yourself, stay indoors, have a long bath, pamper yourself, look after yourself, give yourself a bit of replenishment and a bit of nourishment and a bit of me time and a sort of protection, get things in place so that in the future you do continue to feel this sense of sanctuary. Do things around the house. Potter around the house and do things around the house so that your house, your cave, your sanctuary feels safe and good and clean and positive and all of that stuff that you need. This is about being home. This is about being really sort of not taking care of others as much as you need to take care of yourself. Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's good to do that. So think about being self-full. What's going to boost me as I move forward? What's going to help me as I go forward? What's going to help me be the best that I can be as I continue each and every day through so much continued uncertainty, right? There is going to be continued uncertainty for months and years. Kids, strap in. The next several months with Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto all being retrograde. There's another Mercury retrograde coming with them all later in the year. It's about really going, what have you learned over the last 18 months? What have you done? What have you achieved? What have you changed? What have you fixed in your life that wasn't serving you, that wasn't good? And how are we moving forward? These are very deeply personal cards. Cancer energy can be very reluctant to face its personal stuff, but they can also be very good at just looking after others in the best way. So think about how cancers look after others and turning that onto yourself, being that nurturer of self, being that one that looks after yourself, take care of yourself is the best one that's going to make great decisions for others under pressure. I want you to think about grounded stones and agates. Nice red, regular, natural agate is awesome. Think about smoky quartz, brown tourmaline. Think about red jasper. I love energies that are sort of in that brown spectrum, reddy brown spectrum for feeling nice and grounded and safe. For me, also think about dark green energy like jades, emeralds. Think about green aventurine. These sorts of energies are really wonderful and positive for helping you to feel that safety. But I also think like a natural agate cave or a geode of quartz or a amethyst cave or anything with natural caves in it, sort of take yourself into it and feel safe within there and let yourself feel surrounded by all that awesome crystal energy. I feel like there is going to be a lot of external challenges this week. And it's going to be about really taking care of yourself and looking after yourself. All right, our card for Tuesday. Tuesday is the 13th. See? Good. See, it's not always bad. Awesome. Hello. This is good. Dawn, new beginnings. So even though we're going into our cave, you actually see the beginnings of that dawn in the imagery. So you're coming out and things are becoming new. It's only a day where you kind of need to take a pause. Things are still in their infancy. Things are still in their beginning stages. Things are still just at the starting points. So it's a really great time, as I said, to assess, to think about where you're going and why. Think about what you've learned over the last 18 months and how you're going to put it into practice, how you're going to change things, how are you going to work better. If you work for yourself or you work for someone, how are you going to make your work life work better so that when the next chaotic, crazy thing happens and the apocalypse hits the world, how are you going to figure things out? Because we have to keep going, we have to keep moving, we have to keep living for ourselves and not getting caught up in the quagmire that is the world and what's happening. You know, we are very much only able to deal with what we can deal with. So don't feel like you need to always be worried about the existential, because it's always going to be there. So don't feel caught up in it. Let yourself separate yourself. What do I need? What's happening here? I'm having a human experience. What does my human body want, need, and desire so it can keep living its life whilst I'm growing and evolving spiritually? It's kind of how we need to work and how we sort of get the best out of these situations. So I want you to think about anything in an egg shape. If anyone has anything crystalline in an egg shape, I want you to be working with that egg-shaped crystal on Tuesday. Think about something like carnelian, pyrite. Think about bumblebee stone. Think about imperial topaz. Think about really great orangey, yellow gut stones that are going to get you able to move into action, to making things happen, but in a practical way that's going to build up, especially pyrite. I mentioned that the other day, that it's a really good energy, and it's coming up again. Smoky citrine, also delicious. This is like dream, hope, want, but what can you actually do? Like, what's in front of you that you can actually do? Just do that. That's all you need to do at the moment. Top of the deck. Okay. This is Wednesday. I'm rolling straight into Wednesday. DNA, karma. What are you replacing? What are you healing? What are you changing? What are you doing better than the past? What is within you from your own lifetime that you need to change? What comes from your parents? What comes from your grandparents? What comes from society that has taught you that needs to change? What patterns that you have taught yourself need to change? What things that have come through to you? Thank you. 2 ducks just flying across my window. Your loyalty and your relationship is important, and it's connected to yourself, and you want balance and you want harmony, and you want to be able to fly into that abundance of awesomeness. Ducks flying represents abundance, but we've got to do the healing. We've got to do the work. You've got to trust yourself, trust your own instinct, and trust what is right for you as you're moving forward into this newness, into this new exciting time. And you kind of need to rebel, break the molds, change the patterns, do things differently to how they have been done before, or you're going to be kind of taken back to square one. I had just said, what have you learned after the last 18 months? What have you learned? What are you doing differently? What are you changing? What are you leaving behind? What are you nurturing to build up and make better and bigger? What has been laying there waiting for the right time to come out? It's all about timing. You can't compare your healing to anyone else. You can't feel like you are behind or someone's ahead, or why does this person have their life together, or whatever bullshit it is, that narrative that's inside your head that's not true. None of it's true. It's all about what is your truth. What are you here to do? Why? Your change can be, how are you raising your children? Your change can be, how are you interacting with your work and your career? Your change could be following your passion instead of following what is right for the world, or what people said is the right and logical thing to do. It could be everything. There could be changes, and you're making these changes in things that are happening in your family. You could be making changes at work. You could be making personal changes. It's an all-encompassing DNA shift that is happening. And that is exciting. That's what we want. Let go of the stuff that is no longer serving you. Heal. Bring the energy up through. This is like Kundalini. This is like the double helix of the healing snake. The snake is a wonderful representation of using your energy in the best way. Wise use of power. This is a wonderful sign of being able to shed our skin and let go of that which is no longer serving us, and growing bigger and stronger and more capable than before. So think about what you're shedding, what you're letting go, what you're making new, what you're doing better. How are you shifting your DNA? So think about working with serpentine, working with especially stick-tight serpentine, which is also known as atlanticite. The stick-tight, the purple within the serpentine, really gives us the spiritual understanding to heal and let go, especially when it comes to past lives, especially when it comes to DNA stuff, especially when it comes to family karma. It's a really powerful energy to work with. I want you to think about working with kyanite. Kyanite, blue kyanite especially, is a really powerful energy that brings an alignment. So it brings us into a place where we know that we can kind of be comfortable wherever we are and with our decisions and where we're going, and we can always feel good about those decisions. Think about Shiva Lingam. Shiva Lingam is a very literal, amazing connection to that Kundalini, to that powerful double snake helix that we bring up. And think about, again, working from the ground up. Our connection to our family, to our DNA, to those within us, comes from our base and sacral chakras. It sits down there, as opposed to in here, like we think. It actually sits down here. So it's a really great time to basically create your own base. Create your own strong, powerful, amazing base to grow from. We are rebuilding. But Rome wasn't built in a day. It's good. And you all know me. I'm not about just things changing your life in ways that don't come without some sort of work, don't come without some sort of self-analysis and some sort of what do I need, what's right for me, how am I going to make things better, going in to come out. Does this make sense, everyone? For those that haven't watched or haven't been a part of this, or watched me do my weekly thing, I'm not going to be backwards and going forwards. I want you to make decisions. I want to empower you. I want to give you as much as I can so that you can do the best for yourself in your life through so much uncertainty. All right, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Our card for Thursday, which is the 15th. Oh, vulnerability with the meadow. This is a really beautiful, this is a call out. This is a serious call out card. This is a time to be really vulnerable with what you want. This is a time to be really vulnerable with what you need. This is a time to be really open and honest and blunt. This is a time to cry and get angry, feel emotional. Vulnerability doth not equal weakness. I've talked about this. I've talked about how it's not a healthy thing to bottle. It's not a healthy thing to be strong and to stand tough and to she'll be right, mate. It's not okay. It's gross. It's not healthy. It's not going to help you. You need to be vulnerable with how you feel. You need to let yourself know that it's okay to feel like shit or feel sad or feel frustrated or angry or all over the fucking place. Like, it doesn't matter. Feel the feels. Feel them. Please and thank you. I have a Scorpio ascendant, and then I have 5 planets in Sagittarius, amongst other things. So the fire, the feeling, is such an important part of who I am, and I didn't allow it for a really long time, and it wasn't healthy, it wasn't good. You all know now, those that watch, you all know I'm going to tell you how I feel. You all know I'm going to tell you what's going on. You all know I'm going to be vulnerable, because what's the fucking point in not? Like, what's the point in not being honest and not being real and feeling like we always need to continue to be strong all the time? I hate it. Like, I'm just not into it. It's not a thing. We need to move past this martyrdom, this feeling like we need to be like slaves to work and all of this sort of shit. No, I'm all about being efficient with your energy. I'm all about not having to work hard, but working much more smart, wanting to utilize what you have and not feel like you need to kill yourself to survive and exist. Trust and believe. This is a lesson that has been slapped in my face since my father passed less than 2 months ago. Like, he was someone that gave and gave and gave and gave and gave and didn't really allow the help. This is an important time to ask for help, to say I'm feeling like shit, I'm not feeling strong, I'm not feeling capable, I need assistance. I need guidance. I need to feel what I'm feeling. I need, oh yeah, very literally. This is, yeah. It's making me emotional because it's like, my reasons are personal, right? It's my journey. It's not yours. My journey is mine to teach you. But what's happening in your life? Why are you bottling? Why are you feeling like you can't have help or you can't feel like you can do for you? Why have you not allowed yourself to be vulnerable when you need to? It's not healthy and it's not okay. It's not a good thing. Don't do it. Let yourself be vulnerable. You don't have to get on live camera and cry in front of, however many people. That's not important. That's my journey. That's what I'm here to do. And if that helps you to know that you can be vulnerable with yourself at the very least, I've done my job. I can be happy. So this is a time to work with watery cards. This is a time to work with really fluid, watery energies. Work with Larimar, work with blue calcite, amazonite, turquoise, chrysocolla. Work with beautiful rose quartz, mangano calcite. Use your whatever loving energy that you need. Work with greens, work with pinks, work with love, work with sort of opening up energy, work with yourself and what you need. If there's one person that you know that is a dear friend, make that call and be vulnerable. If it's just yourself and your guides in the universe, cry into that pillow and be vulnerable. Let yourself feel the feels on Thursday. Don't feel like you need to suppress. And again, because you're doing things on your own, You're doing things for yourself. Yes, definitely, Kunzai. You're needing to let yourself know that it's okay to feel all these things. My gosh, please. Please, it's so much pressure. It's so much to do. It's so much to carry. Oh, like Atlas with the world on his shoulders. It's too much. As my parents would say, it's too much for a koala to bear. Right? Take care of yourself this week, people. Please. Let yourself know that it's okay to feel the feels. All right, Friday, our last card of the working week. Lift your heart up, lift your mind up and connect to spirit. Connect to your guides, connect to the eagle. Find that communion, that connection. Know that you are not alone. You are not isolated, but this is a time where you are going to enhance your connection to your higher self and your guides because you are by yourself. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. It's about learning to love your own company and knowing it's okay to be unsure about yourself, but to feel into it. This is a really important card of creating space for yourself. Again, we started this at the start of the week, creating space for yourself so you can be in connection with yourself, your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, your loved ones, those that are around you, working with you, that are trying to give you that perspective. The eagle is the perspective. It's the bigger picture. They see things from above. It's how they work. They are very literally a connection to the angels. Eagles are a very literal angelic sign. So it's a really great time to be working with your guides, working with them intently, asking for help, being vulnerable with them and letting them assist you. If you don't ask, you don't get. If you don't ask, you won't receive. So this is a really important time to really be open about what you need and to be open about it with your higher self, with your guides, with your loved ones, with those around you that are going to give you that perspective. Again, it could be a friend, it could be a loved one, it could be someone that you know, it could be a therapist or a psychologist. It could just be a random conversation that you have that just opens your mind and makes you think differently. Work with crystals like angelite, celestite, seraphonite, Seraphis green quartz, anything that's going to give you an angelic link, angel aura quartz, angel aura rose or amethyst. Think about damburite and selenite, scholasite. All of these really beautiful high vibration crown angelic energies that are going to help you to gain that perspective that you need, to gain that connection with your higher self, to gain that clarity and to feel like you are not alone or you are not lonely and you have energy working with you. Like, I love the imagery. It's really grey and there's just this one light that's the thing that connects them, the person and the eagle. It's kind of, the universe separates you from the noise, from all the stuff and from people and those that no longer serve you, so that you can connect to your higher self, you can connect to them, you can connect to the bigger picture and not be distracted anymore. All right, our final card of the week, our card for Saturday the 17th of July. Oh, we love it. We need to connect with our guides. We need to connect to our higher self. We need to understand that link and connection between knowing ourselves and knowing those that are around us, because the unknown factor is real. The unknown factor is constant, it's real, it's not going anywhere. So you need to be sure of yourself. You need to be sure of your connection. You need to be sure about what the fuck you're doing, right? This is not about anyone else but you. Making the right decisions for you, making the right decisions that are going to give you that ability to keep going through this unknown. This fog ain't going to clear. You have to walk through the fog. You have to go through the fog for it to clear. It doesn't clear. This fog will sit there forever. Literally forever. It will sit there and you will never be able to break it because you are too scared to take the risk or to move forward from what is comfortable. The fog is the unknown. It's the fact that we're not meant to know all the answers. We're not meant to know exactly where we're going. We're not meant to know everything. But if we can be as connected to ourselves as possible and to our spirit guides and to the universe and have as clear a perspective of the bigger picture as possible, we will be able to move forward through that fog. We will be able to gain that clarity that we need. But that fog layer will always be there if you stay stagnant and you do nothing. So don't do nothing. Small steps, all you need. 1 foot in front of the other. It's all you need to take. I want you to connect with your moonstone this week. Oh, moonstone, the stone of breaking illusions and illusions themselves. This is a time, as I said, Neptune is one of the planets that is retrograde, and Neptune governs illusions. It governs that which has been kept within fog. And for those that are doing the work, those that are disciplined, those that are sort of slowly putting 1 foot in front of the other, doing the thing, you are going to get through this fog. Promise. But you can't just stand there and expect it to move. It's not going to. It will stay there thick and frustrating and heavy, and you will continue to feel the same. Frustrated, heavy, thick, unable to think clearly. I've used this before, but there is a scene from The Hobbit, I think it's the second movie, where they're going through the forest that makes them all trip out. And there's a point where Frodo goes, I need it, like he climbs the tree, and then all of a sudden he can breathe and he can see clearly, and he realizes that they're further along than they thought they were, and they're actually closer, and then they're able to get where they need to go. That is this card. The day before, Saturday, Friday and Saturday, it's telling you that it may feel like you are in a forest and you can't see the forest for the trees, and it's foggy and it's heavy and everything looks the same and it's all chaos. But if you take yourself out of yourself for a moment, breathe, find a bit of clarity, whoosh, forward you go. So I think calcite. Calcite's a wonderful stone for clarity. Think about that selenite for cleansing, removing. Think about really beautiful stones that will help you to get into your gut and your intuition again, so that you can take those baby steps that you need to take at the moment. At the moment, baby steps. I'm not telling anyone to rush anything. I'm not telling anyone that you need to dive headlong into anything, do anything stupid, doing anything crazy, doing anything that you need to. Thank you, the spider forest. There is no need for that. Think from little things, big things grow. Baby steps. Little things, bits at a time. You will get there. Big dreams take time. They take time. So don't rush the process. Don't feel like you need to be further along than you already are. Don't feel like you need to compete with that person that you're seeing that seems like they have their life together. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Don't worry about that. What do I need? What's right for me? And how am I going to make the best steps forward for myself? Please and thank you. Now, our overview card for the week. Our theme. Oh, yeah, like, come on. The solitude, the island. What have I been saying this whole reading? What have I been saying? It's you. You're welcome, anytime. This is all here if you need. This is all about you. It is literally all about you. This is the theme of the week. Solitude, island, your island. We've got the instinct, you. The sanctuary, going inwards. The new beginnings from this small place. The DNA, the karma, the healing that you're doing while you're by yourself. While you're by yourself, you're able to be vulnerable. Find the higher connections to your guides in the universe and see that the fog is not as scary as you think it is. But only you can see that, because this is your life. This is your life. And it's not anyone else's. This is, I feel like this is a time where, as you are putting in the effort for yourself, you will see little rewards. They will be tiny, they will be little, but they will be little breadcrumbs that are leading you forward before the really big shifts happen. But it's like, at the moment, it's okay for things to be small, for things to be little. It's okay. Like, this week could be entirely about planning and, like, thinking about what you're creating and doing and where you're going and just writing it all down. That could be literally all you're doing all week. And that's perfect because it covers everything. Every single one of those cards, it covers it. So this is a really great week to journal. This is a really great week to meditate often and regularly in whatever way works for you. Whether it's quiet meditation or active meditation, please do it. Please do it every day. Please find that space for yourself, for you. Please work with crystals that are going to give you that individual self-empowerment. So I will always say labradorite. It is the stone of the individual. It is the stone of the personal. It is the stone of the you. I will also talk about flower agate. Flower agate because it's nurturing. It's connecting to that you that you need to blossom and grow and evolve and come out of the woodwork, as it were. This is a really great time to, like, really start to live what you've been thinking and what you've been saying to yourself. Like, really putting words into action and really living that for yourself, for you. As I said, Cancer, but you, right? Cancerian energy is so nurturing, so protective, so loyal and supportive of their friends and their loved ones. And they're often terrible to themselves. We're flipping that. You are being loyal and loving to you. You are the most important person in your life. You are the most important person that exists in your life. So you need to take care of yourself first and foremostly. You need to be thinking about what you are doing, where you are going, and why. Yes, Queen, work with your flower agate in whatever form you have. I did say that pyrite because it gives us practical energy to build up and create things. But solitude and the island, it's also sort of about blocking out the noise and finding that peace for yourself so that you can make that decision making, so that you can feel calm and confident, because every day is going to be noisy. There are those of you with children and families. There are, those of us with partners and friends that are, going to be working every day. So there's still going to be the noise. There's still going to be the shit happening. There's still going to be life. So you've got to find that island, that happiness, that place amongst it all. Kyanite, another beautiful energy, alignment. I am exactly where I need to be. Think petrified wood and moss agate, those stones of patience. I know, I had to. I was eyeing off a few and then this one, Stacey, just was the one. She's a bit special. She's a bit special. Yes, definitely, Cass, definitely. So think about your island. Think about where you're going, what you're doing, how you're going to get there. Think about the little things and then the big things. Think about from little things, big things grow. From the seeds that we plant, we're going to be able to grow amazing forests. Absolutely, we love them. It's a really great time for you this week. This is probably going to be a bit testing this week for the collective, for everyone. There's going to be a bit of a test with basically your fortitude within yourself, within your own decision making and your own wants and your own desires and needs. And how are you going to make them happen? How are you going to bring them into reality? How are you going to manifest those into your life? You're very welcome. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful, wonderful Sunday morning. I love my Sunday morning weekly readings. This is a very deeply personal week. This is a very deeply reflective week. But then there's also a really amazing chance for us to really move things forward. Start moving things forward in little ways that will really start paying bigger dividends later. This is a time where you want to ask for signs that will help you to trust the things that you can't see are happening. Like, this is a really specific request of a sign, not just, are you around me, or blah, 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 whatever. It's like, I know that this big thing, these big dreams are big and they're huge, and I'm far away from them, and that's okay. I surrender them. I let them go to you. I ask you to show me this specific thing so that my mind can be at ease and I can do what I need to do. I hope that makes sense, everyone. So yeah, give yourself some time to go inwards, think about what you need, what you want, what you're doing, and look after yourself, please and thank you. I want to just let everyone know that the Crystal and Stone Winter Market is this Sunday coming next week. It's going to be epic. It's going to be huge. I'm booked out, but there's going to be lots of amazing stalls and stuff there, so definitely come along and check it out. The following week, I have my full moon ceremony, and this is my last event before I take my 3-week break. So I'm taking about 3.5 weeks off from the end of July through till the middle of August, because I need it, and I'm taking that. So the full moon ceremony is going to be a really beautiful event. You're going to get lots of beautiful crystals. There's going to be sound healing, 2 meditations, and a really beautiful space just for you to be able to cleanse, reset, and start again. So those tickets are through the Crystal and Stone events page or Crystal and Stone community. My books are closed from the end of July. I'm fully booked until I go away, but I have now opened my books for when I come back. So if you want to book in with me at the end of August or through the start of September, I'm now taking bookings. I will only be doing readings 2 days a week, 3 days sometimes, because I've essentially got a workshop almost every weekend from the end of August through till the start of December. So I think I only have 2 days that are weekend days for readings that whole period of like 4 months. And then all the other days are going to be Tuesdays and Fridays or Tuesdays and Thursdays. So do message me. I'm in the process of setting up an automated system. That's going to take me just a little bit longer. So feel free to message me, please, if you'd like to book in, and make sure that you have that spot secured and organized. And then finally, all these exciting events that are coming up. I will be doing ceremonies and workshops down at Botanical Boutique from I need to leave those. From the end of August, I'll be doing my first one there, so I'm very excited, and then a few more through the later half of the year. I have a full day workshop mini retreat coming up at the end of September, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be lots of fun. Yeah, lots and lots of stuff coming up that I'm going to be launching, and I'm going to do a giveaway at some stage over the next week or two, because I've realized I've gotten to nearly 3,000 followers here on Instagram. So I'm going to do an Instagram giveaway, but I'm figuring out what I'm doing. So stay tuned. As I said, there's a lot going on. I'm not going to push myself. As I've told you, I'm going to do things slowly, bit by bit. So yeah, have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you all for joining in. I appreciate all your energy. I appreciate you taking part, taking time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Namaste. Stay safe and stay sane. And I hope that you can really give yourself what you need this week. This is a really important time for you this week. So look after yourself, please, and thank you. Peace out, guys. Lots of love. I'll see you soon. Thank you. See you later. Definitely message me to book in if you'd like. Thank you. See you, team.